So hello everyone. Welcome to today's Water Cooler Chat, where we talk about all things Livepeer, delegating, broadcasting, transcoding, development on Livepeer, AI inference, anything to do with the Livepeer ecosystem. We're here to ask questions and get answers. So on our agenda today, we have a couple topics around driving traffic to apps, new payment mechanisms, and governance. But we're going to kick us off with a Q&A session with Deven, who is the builder of bloomers.tv. Deven, I would like to start off with a couple questions around Bloomers itself. We are live streaming there right now. I'm just kind of curious, what got you involved in building a live streaming application? Bring us to the beginning on where the inspiration came.
Okay. So in 2023, I made a Reddit-like community forum for Lens Protocol. Like it was my introduction to Lens Protocol, you can say. And around December 2023, Lens introduced its version 2, and in its version 2, uh, there was a new metadata introduction where a post can also be a stream. And at that time, there was no streaming application or any application that supports streams. Yeah, so my idea was just to provide Lens community with the ability to stream on Lens.
Yeah, that's excellent. And when you first started to look into building this live streaming platform, did you have experience dealing with live streams or video content, or is this a new type of application you're building?
Yeah, I have used Livepeer for videos and stuff, but not specifically live streams. So I knew that I can use Livepeer for for my live streams, but not specifically any previous experience building something similar.
When Lens came out with their upgrade to V2, I believe the only way to do some sort of live stream, like a like an iframe of an embedded like HTML, you know, uh, kind of window. Is that what's happening here, or is this like a totally different type of post that Lens is?
Mhm. No, this is a totally different kind of post. It's a specifically stream post. Uh, when you go live on Bloomers TV, you don't just go live on Bloomers TV. You go live on Hey, you go live on Orb or any client. Uh, it's like broadcasting to all your Lens apps and all your Lens friends, and they can watch from any Lens app they want to watch. So like there are video metadata posts where basically every video is interoperable on any platform. So it's similar for live stream where uh, where, where you can add M3 U8 URL, the live URL, and this can be viewed on any Lens platform that allows uh, allows this Lens post or this stream type post.
Definitely. And I think this is a pretty big breakthrough because without that post type, you weren't able to stream in any way to mobile devices. Mobile devices have more restrictive implementations. Are you saying that this new post now you can put people on iOS and Android apps are able to view the post live stream?
Yeah, but only if the client allows live stream post. They need to allow make certain changes for this stream post, but it's permissionless. The mobile apps like Orb or Butterfly or any other mobile app, they don't have to take permission from Bloomers TV or any other streaming platform. They can just make certain changes, allow watching Livepeer, watching M3 at URL link, and that's it.
Excellent. Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm glad to see that Lens is doing upgrades and continuing to add implementations. I know that Lens also added like a manager address, so you can keep your Lens NFT on a hard wallet and then delegate actions some sort of hot wallet, and then that allows you to log into websites and mess around without having to risk logging in your actual NFT, right? So that's a
Yeah.
huge upgrade. And so even for logging into the website, it automatically logs me in, and I'm able to chat and send tips and do all types of collecting and stuff without having to ever hook up my hard wallet. I think that's a huge upgrade.
Yeah. I've been using that uh, uh, to put all my profiles. Like I have 3 Lens profiles, like one for myself, one for Bloomers TV, and one for the community forum application that I made. And I am managing just from my one wallet, so I don't have to reconnect, disconnect different wallets. That's interesting.
Yeah. So how has been your experience building on top of the Livepeer stack? When did you first hear about Livepeer? When did you first start building on it? And how has the integration been from a developer standpoint?
Uh, I first heard about Livepeer from Lens Docs actually. Uh, there was something about how to how to show videos, uh, and it, and it showed you can integrate live peer player to do that. And the development with live peer was pretty easy, but initially I had some issues with docs and stuff, but yeah, I was able to solve it with the team, and they were really helpful.
Excellent. If anyone else has any questions, please write them down or post them in chat as you think of them. Come around to the Q&A, broader Q&A from the community. We'll circle back around. Please don't forget to write down. So Deven, you've been building this platform. I see that there's like a fee structure involved. So you keep 5% of all tipping into bloomers. You can also have I'm a super, is it called a super bloomer or something, where you pay a subscription, you get to keep all your what's your economic plan around bloomers? You see this being big app where you can get, start taking market share into other live streaming platforms, or is this just a hobby, a passion project that what are your goals?
Uh, about a year back when I started making this app, it was a hobby. But now, right now, I have these fee structures and everything involved. It's not a it's not a hobby anymore. It's making a really good app. And yeah, thanks for bringing this fee structure topic. So, uh, for anyone who are on free plan, I take 5% for maintenance on collects or super chat. And the super bloomer subscription is basically like you pay for your streaming costs and you keep all the revenue. uh, so that's the main difference from you can say other web 2 streaming platforms. That's my idea to eventually make it uh, a zero cut a zero cut platform where you basically cover your streaming costs, and that's it. Because your followers or everything else is managed by land, so I don't have to pay for that, for that DB. And your streaming cost is covered by yourself. So like that's my main goal. Right now it's a fixed price for the Super Bloomer subscription, but I see in a future where you basically see how many streaming hours you have streamed on this platform. You pay for that cost, and that's it.
Okay, so you're saying you want the user, the streamer, to pay for the streaming costs, the hardware, the cost of delivering the video in the end.
Yeah. Uh, it's because you know uh, as a streamer grows and eventually starts earning from the revenue, uh, the 30% or 10% cuts eventually uh, is a huge amount when collected over time. And it's like taxing your streamer for for their hard work, you know. But instead, it should be whatever is the actual cost they pay for it, and um, they keep uh, they keep 100% of the revenue, no matter what how much they earn. So like that's how I look at it.
I have a question about that in terms of how Lens works, because Lens, like you said, when you post to Lens, every app can now watch the stream, correct? And which means that you're giving, the live peer endpoint for people to watch, and that bandwidth is coming out of the bill. And you're not
Yeah.
necessarily collecting that 5% on all the other platforms, A.XYZ or Orb. So how does it look economically when you can't collect on every platform, but yet you still have the infrastructure cost of supplying the stream to all the.
No, no, no. For free tier, uh, whenever you make a post collectible with a certain price, for example, like 100 bonsai or 1 matic, uh, I have there is a collect setting where you can revenue share whatever amount is being collected. So I add 5% for Bloomers to be there, and you cannot remove it in free tier, but in Super Bloomers you can do that. And the beauty of using lens like this is uh, I like anyone post a stream on Bloomers TV, and whenever they collect from Orb or any other platform, I get 5% nonetheless.
Oh right,
Uh,
of course, because
yeah,
the metadata on the actual post. So it's not bloomers taking the cut on the front end. It's the actual post itself.
yeah,
It
yeah.
it
The
pays
actual
your
post of the
wallet.
minting, yeah. So the minting revenue goes to both the streamer and 5% to me. So it's actually beneficial for both of us, a streamer and platform, because a streamer gets uh, more audience on other platform. Like Bloomers TV doesn't need to have uh, live audience, but people can watch later or anytime soon, and they can mint the post or mint clips, and we both earn this way. So that's how it works. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's really interesting. I just see that Ad Astra. I asked him to send me a tip, and he says, "Well, send me a tip, and I'll send it back." So, uh, He doesn't have any crypto loaded up in the wallet. So too funny. Well, Ad Astra, why don't you just get some crypto? Okay, head over to your local Binance and send me a tip, please. Do it. Um, great. Okay, cool. Okay, so that's really interesting. So there's a very new primitive that Lens offers. Um, multi-platform, completely, no platform lock ability for streamers to distribute their content, earn revenue from it, and the infrastructure provider that's providing the stream gets to also then pay for the infrastructure across all platforms, regardless of what front end they're. That's a really fascinating primitive that has never existed. Really exciting. I also noticed on Lens that all the chat are all posts, right? So if you go onto other platforms like Hey.xyz, you can see the chat posts beneath it. What I find interesting is that no matter what platform you go to, the conversation that your people have that people have around your content is permanent and owned to and owned by essentially the post of the live stream, right? Which I think is a really interesting primitive. Again, you're in complete ownership of your content and also the conversation around your content.
Yeah. Uh, 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 I mean, you just close your stream and then open your mobile app, and then you can continue conversation in the comments for, for that, any beat. I mean, this is actually kind of a new thing, you know, where like this level of interoperability, and it's not just uh, chat. Your stream is a lens post, and anyone can create clips. For example, yeah, right now you're streaming, right? And I can just over the video, click the clip icon, and create a lens post. So it's like a network of uh, clips, streams, chats around this, and yeah, and your reputation grows on chain.
Yo, shout out to Ad Astra for the 0.0004 wrapped ETH. Thanks, man. Dude, this has been a very profitable. Yeah, no, that's a fascinating concept, dude. Posts follow you around. How do you feel about so there's definitely provenance, definitely ownership. How do you feel about the permanence of this type of content? If there's negative content or if there's something that is, you would like to remove because it might cancel you. How do you feel about the permanence, the videos and the comments?
Uh, I mean, on Lens, uh, there are certain group of people called gardeners, and they anyone can report any videos that's harmful or say abusive, and these gardeners uh, see this post, and they can take action on it. Uh, but I think with a protocol level thing, uh, it's better that front ends uh, put certain security around it, because anything on Lens protocol is basically an on-chain thing, and anyone can do it. You cannot really stop it. Like they can like if anyone will just want to post it, it's just couple of smart contract calls, and it's there. but the spreading of that content can be minimized uh, if platforms have put certain restrictions over it.
Yeah, so the front end can add filtering, for instance.
Yeah,
So, the
yeah,
post might exist, but your front end can filter it and better user about
yeah,
spam or hate or all types of. You can adjust your filter according to either what the user wants or what the platform wants to. Gives you some
yeah.
ability to curate an experience based on your platform, bloomers, but you can get the exact same stream with unedited comments over on, doomers.tv, and it's the unedited version, and it's still all there, it's still available, but raw.
Yeah, right now, if someone on your stream says something and you want to remove it, you can remove it, right? You can remove it and block that person live in real time. But that comment, you cannot remove that comment because it's not your ownership, right? So when you go to Hey, you will see that comment. But as as I have put this measure that if there is some bad actor writing bad stuff in comments, then the streamer can ban the person and remove the chat. So, eh, you know,
Excellent. No, that's really cool. I like that level of the ability for, again, the developer to curate the experience they want, but the pipeline, the piping of the application, you know, primitive just features that I think we can build a better open internet. Um, let's switch over to like Livepeer integration. I see that you have clips enabled, so I believe that's like a Livepeer Studio feature. Like, how has been your experience with? First of all, are you using Livepeer Studio? And second of all, what features have you used so far, or what features would you like to see in the future?
uh, of course, I'm using streaming and I'm using clips. Uh, and to reduce cost, the stream watts, that's the recording of the stream, stays for 7 days for free tier and 30 days for subscribers because ward cost accumulates over time, and so I put that into place. And uh, about my experience with LivePeer, uh, I've also uh, I've also talked with the team uh, that there are many APIs that I have to take from Studio instead of Doc because Doc has very limited API that they show. So I have to, inspect the network tab on Studio and find those APIs and use it here.
Right. So it's been a development process of creating a
Yeah.
studio, learning the APIs and A's and all. Is there something in the future, some sort of feature or tool that you could see really beneficial that you would want from Studio?
Mm, uh, I think it will be really interesting if live chat is also part of the stream. You know, so there are timestamps attached with the stream, and the history of the live chat, can be used by anyone just like how anyone can watch your M3U8 link, a live stream. I think that would be a pretty like I would like to see that.
So you're saying, like as metadata, like the transcript or copy of the whole chat that went during that video, it's attached to the actual video itself.
Yeah. S- like anyone right now, if they want to integrate Livepeer, it's easy to go live and live stream, right? But uh, uh, but everyone has to create their own chat anyway. Like live stream without chat is kind of like missing, something. And I think uh, uh, that will be uh, really cool to have with it.
Oh, so you're saying like a
Uh,
like an SDK or some sort of template
yeah,
for a chat system that can go
yeah.
alongside your live video. Yours is integrated with Lens, so um, would you want multiple examples of how to build like internal chat system, or would you like the Lens SDKs for a chat system? Is that kind of what you're
No, no,
saying?
no. Just a WebSocket server, like chat server, to listen for new chats, to get the history of chat, like a basic structure for the live chat. So developers can build their own thing on it. Like if I want to integrate lens comments and stuff, I can build on top of it. If someone else wants to put say only certain people can chat, then they can uh, build on top of it.
Right, because you've had to build everything from scratch for bloomers.
Yeah,
It takes a lot of time, and more time is working on the chat system than you do on maybe the rest of the business or the rest of the, the website. Chat is a very core feature, but it can be replicated. There can be a template that say this is a at least a baseline of how to get you up to speed fast. That's what you're saying was template for a good chat system.
yeah,
Very cool. Okay. Well, hopefully they are listening, the studio team, and they can discuss these types of things. Um, you do clips and they turn. I think the clips turn into NFTs. Is that correct? They become their own lens posts.
yeah. They become their own lens post. You can set price and uh, yeah, and clips also appear in your live page under clips tab. There are no clips available right now for your streams, but yeah,
Well,
if
someone needs
anyone
to,
creates clips right now, yeah,
yeah, let some. It says a clip for the last 30 seconds. Are you able to adjust the time so that it's like a specific start and end, or is it just currently set to just the last seconds?
on live stream currently it's set for last 30 seconds. Uh, but after you finish the stream and go to your content page, you can actually set exact time, start and end. Like you can just crop the part of your stream and post it.
Okay, so once you clip it, you'll get the full 30 seconds. You don't lose the moment. But
Yeah.
once it's created as an NFT, you can go in and trim the front and back to be specifically where so that the experience of watching the NFT is highlighted because you know when it starts and ends.
No, no, no. I'm saying anyone can clip right now the last 30 seconds, but the streamer can also clip afterwards from content page, and there it's not limited to just 30 seconds. They can clip for 5 minutes, 1 minute, 10 seconds from the content page.
Okay, so other people clipping your content are stuck with the last 30 seconds, and
Yeah.
it generates the NFT. But the content creator, once the stream is over, can go through the recording, the VOD, select exact beginning and ends, and do some clips.
Yeah. Yeah, right from the application. They don't have to download it and, you know, clip it and stuff.
I also want to talk about the VOD, the recording. That's free tier is available for 7 days. If you're a super bloomer, it's available for 30 days. What happens to that content after that 7 or 3 days?
Um, it's deleted, but if there are any clips, they stay forever because they are on IPFS and they stay forever. And the reason uh, why I've kept it to 7 days and 30 days is because as I said, the streaming cost accumulates over time, and uh, that's pretty high. Uh, uh, that gets pretty high over time.
Definitely, because people can rewatch VOD. Definitely, the cost of having that posted and just watching it becomes more costly than the original.
Uh, no, the cost is not uh, on views, but even if it just stays in the storage, there is cost associated with. So there is uh, cost per minute stored,
Oh, okay, so
and yeah,
the cost is around storage, not actually.
yeah,
Okay, so by only having it for 7 days, you're reducing the amount of cost, and then if they're willing to pay, then they can keep 30, which then they're streaming every day for 30 days. It starts to add up, but now after 30 days, you can freeze up more.
yeah, exactly.
Cool. Okay. We definitely have a lot of comments in the side chat here, so I'm going to start from the top. Mike, are you with us? You had a couple quick questions. Do you wanna ask them?
No, I mean, I had a bunch I just threw in there just to help with the conversation, but it looks like everything's been good. I was just curious about how long the site's been live. What kind of plans do you have for growth for the site? And then also, I was just asking if you've noticed any of the Livepeer AI capabilities like audio to text transcriptions. I didn't know if there were any plans to integrate some of those capabilities into your app. Just curious, but looks great though. Excellent site.
Uh, Thanks, man. Uh, yeah, I've been building since almost a year now, and the next big step for the platform is, of course, to build iOS and Android app. At least so anyone can join the stream and chat. So that's the next big thing. And about AI capabilities of Livepeer, I haven't looked into it. So uh,
Cool.
Cool. Thank you.
thanks.
Okay, we got some more questions from people in the audience. Airwalks says, "I'm curious about the differences between Bloomer TV and YouTube, and also what role does Lens play? If you could explain like layman."
Uh, YouTube can, ban you anytime they want, and they can spike the prices, fees, cuts, They can remove your content. I can just hide it from front end, but I cannot do all of this from protocol, because I don't have any control over protocol, and I don't have any control over your content. So that's the main big difference between a centralized streaming platform like YouTube or Twitch and this decentralized way of streaming or sharing your content.
Yeah, definitely. I think people like to make that comparison, YouTube or Twitch for bloomers and what does it offer. For me, it really comes down to just content ownership and profile ownership. I have 3.4 thousand followers on Lens, and those are my followers. No one gets to take them away from me. No one gets to say, "Hey, you're not allowed on this platform anywhere, or you're banned." Nobody cancel me. No one gets to censor me. Um, I get to monetize my audience however I feel like. I can choose to keep more of my income, or post on bloomers and they take a 5% cut, and that's okay because I like bloomers, and 5% is very little. Whereas if you're a platform locked into Twitch, recently they just increased their fee cut. I think, what was it? They went from 30% to 50% of the revenue that streamers get goes to the Twitch corporation, goes to essentially Google.
Yeah.
They recently, so
Uh,
yeah, go ahead.
yeah. I think in a one word, you want to really say the difference between this approach of building and the Web2 approach of building is freedom. Like the freedom you get here. I mean, of course, there are user experience issues, but the freedom you get with it, will never be provided by a centralized platform or service. I mean, I think that's why we are on Web3, right? Uh, because we own part of whatever we create, whatever we provide.
Freedom. So, and by the way, there was another difference between YouTube and Twitch. I mean, YouTube and Twitch are owned by the same company, so becoming a monopoly, right? So, right. Okay, let's keep going down. I'd really like that though. Freedom is like a perfect one word kind of answer to the importance of. Len says, "Yeah, it's my understanding it's closer to Twitch than YouTube." Yeah, I guess so. I mean, Twitch is a live streaming platform. YouTube is a video and live streaming. So yeah, Lens is what powers the profiles on the app. Yep. And Mike answers, Lens is the protocol under the covers. This enables apps like Bloomers TV to be YouTube. More importantly, the content can be used any platform that supports the protocol. Okay, Airwalk says again, my point is, how is it different from other platforms, as most of the streamers will want to stream on YouTube or Twitch as such because it is easily accessible, plus with the large audience as to how it is different. I know the thing is it's good for the devs, but how it will benefit the streamer and larger population. Provides more revenue rather than cost or cost cutting. Don't know much. I still want to know how things are profitable. So I think, just to distill that question, I think it was around, how do we get the adoption? How do we get the large audience? And then why should people care? Right. So I think we covered the first part, which is freedom, right? Streamers like it because you get more freedom. I think every streamer would love more freedom and to collect their revenue. I think that's like universally agreed upon. The question is, where are the viewers? And right now, all the viewers, like, if you went to a Twitch streamer, they would easily switch over, but their followers don't come with them. Platform locked. So, Deven, a question to you: how do you see, Web3 taking over the viewers? Do you see this happening in a short time, a fast time? How do you see adoption of Web3 and viewers lens and
Um, that's a very big question. I don't think many of the Web3 apps and services have figured it out. But uh, uh, streamers will, of course, streamers will prefer to stream on YouTube or Twitch because of network effect. Like that's all it is. It's not that Web3 products or platforms are in some form or way inferior to these platforms. It's just there is a network effect associated with that platform, and but when you look at it like this, the fight between Twitch and Kick, I mean, they're literally just buying streamers, and you can clearly see that when a streamer moves from Twitch to uh, a Kick, because Kick buys them, gives them lots of money, and you can clearly see the audience is literally cut in half after they move to Kick or other platform, and I- I- and in this kind of scenarios, uh, like Web3 is really amazing because no matter where you go, where you stream from, your content is, as I said, interoperable. You can watch it. Your viewers are there no matter what. Like they can be on any app and they are still with you. And uh, I, I mean, of course, there is lots of things that needs to be built up, but uh, I personally don't think many of the platforms are in any way or form inferior to these established giants. It, and right now, I'm actually not focusing on bringing huge stuff. I'm just building something that really small community, that's the lens community, really likes. Like that's my goal as a developer, that make something that this small community really loves to stream, loves to chat, and loves to engage with it.
I mean, the reason I like streaming on it is because I have more followers on Lens than my YouTube, Twitter, find. Every other platform I have more followers on Lens. And right now I'm live and I have 8 viewers. Like, okay, probably more viewers that I get live on the other platform. For me, it's great. Speaking of views, real quick, the view count currently, I believe, I asked you this. The view count is only on bloomers.tv, the viewers, and it's not for all the other apps. Is that correct?
Yeah. Uh, because I am not using the Livepeer stats, the real time stats for it, uh, because it's not like I was having some issues with it. It's just right. So right now the live count is just on Bloomers TV.
If is there do you have plans on integrating it so that it's across all apps? Because I know that I would love to see the global reach, all people viewing. That is,
Yeah. I'm also planning to add the total view count. So it's from all apps. Anyone who has watched your stream or VOD. So yeah, I'm definitely planning to do that.
Maybe like even 2 view counts, one locally on Bloomers and one is your global lens, something like
No, that would be um, lots of information for no reason. But yeah.
that. Okay, great. Another question from Rick is Rick here. Rick, you want to ask your question about botnets? Join in the conversation.
Yeah, of course. First of all, I love this app. Thanks so much for building it. I will keep checking it out. Maybe I sometimes try to stream to it myself. Who knows? But my question was mostly around if you already have, because you explained that if you stream it from your platform, it can be streamed from any platform. So are there any mechanisms that you use to prevent, for example, botnets just opening streams and trying to, in a sense, create more network traffic to maybe get your app done?
Uh, I have this option where a streamer can add their Bloomers TV link, so they can live chat from the. So that's a little thing which brings traffic from other apps to Bloomers TV. And previously, I also used to send DM notification to all the followers of the profile, XMTP DM notification. So if Titan goes live, the his 3,000 followers will receive a notification that he is now live. And but right now I'm not using that because because of the XMTP SDK issue. It just the CPU usage is too high to do that. So right now I'm not doing that. But yeah, there are ways to uh, do it in a fair and decentralized way.
Excellent. Rick, also your question was around, I think it was, how do you prevent botnets from just like watching the video and increasing streaming costs?
Yeah, exactly. But I already, this was really interesting as well. I didn't know this mechanism. I think it's a nice feature to have in the future. Yeah, my question was more, are there any preventions you do? For example, if I now create a botnet, I watch this stream with, let's say, 10,000 accounts. Will you be paying the cost for that?
Oh, I see.
Just out of curiosity. Because it's decentralized in a sense, you said. It's maybe the mechanism is similar, of course, than traditional broadcaster companies. You just have to manage that at your side, I think.
I mean, there is nothing in place right now, but I can think of something like there is a little bit of verification from like if you hold Lens account, something like that, to allow to watch only to real users. I mean, you can do it from Livepeer side, so your Livepeer live link can only be watched by watch after the verification is completed. But right now there is nothing like that in place.
Oh, but you have that mechanism in play that's possible. So that's a really strong case that you use the lens verification.
Yeah.
Great. No, I think that answers it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Ricky also said, let's get real-time captions on the network. Oh, is that like
so the
transcription?
Yeah, because Mike said, have you looked at the AI stuff that the Livepeer community has built in the last months? And exactly what I was thinking. The first thing that comes to mind is the transcription as well, like Mike said. So if you can add transcriptions directly to your Bloomers TV, if we can get it real time, that would be really interesting. And we will be working on this real time versions of those pipelines in the coming months.
Yeah. I mean, there are lots of features that precedes in priority, but yeah, I will keep it in mind. for sure.
And for example, if we heard from also the Ink team that they also are focusing more on like this real-time AI video pipelines. For example, one pipeline you can think of is like avatars in the live stream. Do you want to include those features as well? Very far on the roadmap, or do you see other AI features that you think are really interesting to add to your application? For example, object tracking or something.
Mm,
Just out of curiosity, I will keep tracking the platform anyway. So
I have to think about it.
yeah, no problem. Just let us know if there are any cool AI features that you think your app could benefit from.
Yeah, sure.
Excellent. Great. Well, we're continuing. We're getting close to the end of the Q&A session. Just a couple last questions, Deven. For the expansion and kind of continued development of Bloomers, are you currently looking for funding? Are you looking for developers? Are you just a solo developer right now? What is your capacity for the app, and what do you need to continue to make it?
Yeah. So I am the solo developer of this project. I've designed it. I've made back end, front end, everything. And yeah, I'm looking for grants specifically, not raising funds as of now. But yeah, who knows?
Is the Bloomers open source?
Yeah, it's open source. So if someone doesn't like 5% cut, they can just fork it and make 5 to 0 or 10. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it might be a good opportunity for the Livepeer Treasury to come in and fund and create a special purpose entity for funding, user of Livepeer, and also it is open source, so I think it fits the criteria of what to promote and fund. So yeah, in the future, maybe if you want to keep in talks, and we'll try and see if we can get treasury funds for the.
Oh, that would be so awesome.
Yeah, it's great that it's open source, and if you want to keep implementing like AI stuff into it, like we're doing a big push for Livepeer AI, so using text to image, image to video, video or image modifications or transcription, all types of stuff that you're adding to the network. So the integration like that too, support you with.
Yeah, sure. I have to think about it. I've not put much thought in how to leverage AI features of Lightyear.
Well, yeah, we don't want to cram like cool tools down the throat of someone who doesn't need them, right? You have to always look from the user experience first and work backwards. So as you are building and developing, if you see an improvement, we can help. Yeah, we want to see you continue building. It's a very good app. I used it for the time. It worked flawlessly for a poker tournament. People loved the app. They were able to watch, and it was easy to get just anyone to watch it, and they thought it was amazing. So good feedback so far, and I think we're excited to keep it going.
Hey, thanks. Thank you so much. One thing that I really like when you are watching a context stream and you say this stream is probably being, calculated on my my server. I mean that's like kind of beauty of putting everything together and how things work, like the Livepeer, Lance, and all of this.
Yeah, no, it's really cool to see people that have built a product on top of Livepeer, because there's a small chance that my GPU that's doing the transcoding for it, right?
Yeah,
And it's like cool, like I'm the infrastructure behind this, and yet I don't know you. I don't know, I've never heard of your app. I don't know. For at some point, a stream would have hit my node, and then I discover the platform, and it works great, and it's beautiful, and it's people love it, and yet we're not using Amazon AWS for transcoding and video processing. It's cool, yeah. And Rick says Titan doing transcoding for his own stream, owning everything, viewers, hardware, even the code, since it's open source. Yeah,
that's awesome.
I feel like I'm in control. Awesome. Cool. Any last comments or announcements or anything you want to let everyone know before we sign off?
Just keep an eye on it. Play around it and stuff. And yeah, if you want to contribute, yeah, I am like Plumus TV is currently in the Gitcoin round, so you can contribute to it.
Very cool. Yeah, Gitcoin. That's where people put in grant money, right?
Yeah. So like even if you contribute $1, it gets matched with the pool. So right now the pool is of $300,000, and your yeah, it's like a vote. Your donations are votes, and yeah, it gets matched. So so your even $1 has a greater impact on open source platforms apps you like.
Wonder if we could do like a Livepeer treasury contribution. Let's allow that. Just dump 300,000. They have to match it. Treasury funds go twice as far. I don't know. Just thinking outside. Cool. Okay, excellent. Well, thank you so much, Deven, for joining us, and please don't be a stranger in the community. Ask around if you need help. Looking for streamers or developers or any support. Please, just hang out in the Discord, and we'd be we're just happy to support you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for inviting me to this call.
Cool.
And yeah,
Good.
thank you all for joining.
Awesome. You can feel free to stick around for the rest of the chat. We'll probably only get a couple more topics that we talked about at the beginning, so feel free to stick around or do. But yeah, thanks again.
Yeah. See you. Bye-bye.
Okay, so let's continue on with just a couple more topics. N had to leave, so we were going to go over some governance stuff and that Naomi, but we'll just go on with the one other topic, which is around Papa Bear. You had a topic around the new payment mechanism. Can you explain what your topic is?
I'm just wondering if anyone has any more info on that, and what it is, and what's trying to be accomplished with that. If that's really it. I don't know anything about it. I just happened to catch that in the latest build that there was a reference to a new payment mechanism, and I was just, does anyone have any info on it? Rick, maybe?
Yeah, I looked at the pull request. I think you mean the new pull requests that are not yet merged in that say do not merge.
Yeah, no, it was just the latest build. Yeah, no, it wasn't merged. I just saw that.
Oh yeah, I think So I haven't talked to Rafael on this part yet, but if I looked at the pull request and it looks like, but don't hold me on this, it looks like it's the payment mechanism they're gonna try out for the real-time video. So more like a screen paid payment mechanism. That's what I see in the pull request. But I think it's best. I can ask Rafael and I can give you an update tomorrow in the chat if you want.
That'd be great. Yeah, I'm just curious. So does it, I know you just look through through it, but would this, do you think, replace the probabilistic payment system that's currently being used?
Oh no, I don't think it's it's the payment system, the probabilistic that's on chain. So mainly but like I said, I took a 2.5 minute look, but mainly I think it's just basically if you want to do real-time AI inference. The current payment system that we have for the AI network was really bootstrapped in the sense
Oh,
that
okay.
you pay for a certain job. And with real-time AI, because you don't know how long you're going to stream, for example, avatar generation, you don't know how long that job will take. So this is similar to what we have discussed in the past with improving the payment system a little bit by, for example, similar that you do to transcoding, that you pay for segments, for example. And I think they're experimenting with that. So it's similar for the idea that we discussed paying for seconds on the GPU, but if you can pay in an AI real-time video, you have video segments, you could pay, for example, for the number of segments that have AI on them. And I think there is not a solution yet in stone. My group is also still discussing that with Inc. But I think these are the first steps in exploring such a mechanism for the new AI real-time stuff.
Interesting. Yeah, and I know this would take a big overhaul to go Livepeer, but I've noticed there was a user over the weekend that was submitting some requests in for AI that were just like they were missing some info, so they were just like malformed requests, and so they would fail, but they would still go through 5 or 6 different orchestrators, and each one would get a payment. Is there anything just first of all, I didn't know if you were aware that that type of that could cause additional tickets to be sent? And then is there anything that can be done to stop something from that like happening? Because I mean, once it's realized that it's an invalid request, that it probably shouldn't continue to keep trying it.
Yes, so we are aware that that's an issue still in the code base. So there are multiple issues that can trigger that. So some issues will really return like an error already before it reaches the orchestrator, then there will be no payment. But currently, how the payment system is structured is that we have to pay the orchestrator in advance, and we don't have a mechanism yet to check if the result afterwards was really the result that was received. So if an orchestrator sends an error there, they will get a ticket for that. So that is something that's in the code base. That's something that's also we wanting to fix for a long time, but with all the other things going on in their small team in the last period, that was not doable to also fix this next to the other deliverables that we had to do. But now, of course, with Inc joining with more engineers, and also your group also on the network and Nico as well. So it's something that will probably be fixed quite soonly, especially if Inc is now looking into the payment structure. So there
Sounds
are
good.
errors
Thank you.
there are errors that can cause that, and that's basically because we reuse the payment system for transcoding, and in transcoding there is not much risk because you pay for a segment, then at the end it will check if I'm correctly the segment is transcoded correctly. It will then you deduct it from your credit. So there's also something in the AI code, but it doesn't happen on all errors. For example, if there is an out of memory error, that's one of the examples. You send in a request that takes too much memory on the GPU, it will return a 500. It will already have tried to do the job on the orchestrator side, and then you still pay for that job. So there are some errors that will not be cast correctly.
Right. Yeah, this is really what I'm talking about. This is a bad request being sent in. So I think there would be maybe some sort of sanity check that, like, hey, if they don't put a model in that they want, then clearly no orchestrator is going to be able to process that, and it probably shouldn't be sent to anybody and just be returned back as, either an error or
That's
an error saying like, missing model or something like that.
okay. Can you provide me with those logs, because the model ID error should not be causing this problem, and also and so incorrect parameters. For example, if you put in a parameter that doesn't exist in the model, you will pay for that currently. So that's the discussion: do we want people to pay because it ended up on the orchestrator? And then, of course, you can say that the mechanism that they now develop for AI real-time video could also maybe translate to remove this problem a little bit, so that you don't pay for the whole job, but you will pay a premium to get it to the orchestrator. But the model ID should always get a 500, and it should not go to the orchestrator.
Yeah, let me go back through the logs and find that for you.
Yeah, that would be great if you can make a thread about it in the core devs. So currently it's still a hidden channel with core contributors. That would be great. Or in the AI video, that would be also
Will
great.
do.
The more public, the better.
I can put it in either, both, or wherever you want.
Yeah, let's do AI video. Make a thread, and if you can make a thread in there and send the logs, or that would be great. I don't know if a lot of people
Sure.
are gonna use this to get fees at other orchestrators, so it doesn't sound like a thing that they can exploit really easily with more orchestrators. You will send everybody money.
Yeah, it's not. It wouldn't be like you couldn't just send that to yourself. Yeah, correct. But you couldn't.
Yeah,
Possibly,
not
you'd look at a lot of
easily.
money.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah.
Yeah, not easily. I will not explain.
Yeah, I did have an issue with my gateway earlier today where I was just sending some test requests on chain and it sent like a boatload of tickets to my orchestrator. So it's kind of an annoying bug, but I know that we made some changes to handle inference errors and that kind of thing, send those back. So maybe just some logic on the Go Livepeer side can kind of fix that based on what type of error message comes back. But like Rick said, the problem is around like you have to charge before you even connect to the orchestrator, basically.
Right.
Yeah, and
I'm going to actually try and recreate it myself just to make sure that what I was seeing is what I think it is. But yeah, I mean, if you can just if like if a model parameter is not in there, and it's going to continue to try that, that seems like that should be able to be caught. That hey, there's no model being requested here. That I shouldn't send this pass this along.
Yeah, so that's also, I was doing some
Anyway.
development today, and also that's one issue as well in there. So currently there is a validation method in the Go Livepeer code, but we disabled it because there were problems with optional parameters. So we can enable that again, and what then happened was that all parameters will be cached correctly already if it's a parameter fault. So that's possible. We have to dive in there because I think the last time we had that problem, it was because the library that makes the Golang bindings, it doesn't support OpenAPI 3.1 yet. But I can take a deep dive in again if we find out that that's the problem.
All right. Well, I'll find the errors and I'll also try and recreate it just to make sure that, because I don't have the request that was being sent. I just know that it was at the time. I see it happening at the time that that user was having issues getting something through until I sent him an example to try and it worked. So I don't think he was aware that you needed to specify the model. So I'm kind of assuming that that's what was happening there. But I'll confirm it and post it.
Yeah, thank you so much. That would be really helpful.
No problem.
Okay, cool. One last comment, just real quick. Looks like Doug did post a protocol bug fix 3 days ago around the what is it, the Minter contract, that a bad actor could drain all the ETH from the Minter contract of steps, full rounds, and there was a bug bounty posted, brought it up and fixed it and deployed a fix. Yeah. Interested in bug bounties, just yeah, there you go. Posting the yeah. Good to see that bug was found and fixed without any. Okay. With that being said, yeah, we've covered all the topics. Any last comments or questions before we sign off? All right. Well, thank you everyone for coming today, making Livepeer the open and decentralized video infrastructure for the world. Great to have Deven up here and Q&A session, as well as other discussion here at protocol. Thank you for coming, and we'll see you all next week. Cheers.